My name is Richard. I work for Ratchets Construction. This is my F450, and this is a truck tour. Whenever I pull this out, it's a great day. So this next drawer, I call it the act right drawer, because when this comes out, I'm beating something to make sure it's gonna act right. Loctite, because screw the other guy, but the other guy's always you. And these are just scattered around the truck for, in case operator gets his feelings hurt, you can grab one.
If you want to stock up on parts, tracks, or tools, head over to FortisHD.com. If you have any questions, reach out, parts@FortisHD.com. Every purchase helps fund more videos like this one. Now back to the video.
All right, so this is my first toolbox. Everything really in here is just kind of quick sockets and kind of ratchets and stuff like that. A lot of my pliers, a lot of my wrenches too, a lot of the main general tools we use. So everything from Icon to Snap-on to Nip-Hex. I use a lot of it. A lot of the tools I have are kind of scattered around, not gonna lie. They're supposed to have a home, but something's happened and a job happens, you just throw them in there. Stuff up here, like I said, I use a lot of Milwaukee stuff. I use my axle nut sockets. Honestly, I haven't really worked with a lot of semi-trucks lately, but these are really useful. Going back to the Icon, split beam, the torque wrench, these things work out really well. I was calibrated by Empire Cat at one point. Not really too sure how calibrated it is with being beat up in the truck. Quick stuff that's kind of up here, just kind of random things I need to grab. These are more extra step downs and step ups. It's quick file, bad relay. This is where all the good stuff is at though. So, like I said, back to a range of different things. Icon, not gonna lie, these could be better, but I've also used them on bigger snap rings than what they were supposed to be used for. But they work, just slips a lot. I love these pliers. I bought them in the set. These are Snap-on. They show them off with picking up the pennies. Don't get me wrong, I probably could have got a cheaper deal, but these work a lot, and Snap-on's always here weekly at the shop, so gotta use that warranty when I can. Another thing I quickly grab all the time whenever I'm just trying to get something done real quick, this combo right here. Nip-Hex and a quick Snap-on wrench. These can knock out a lot of the lines I need real quick. They're both adjustable, so I don't need to keep running back to the truck, picking out wrenches, figuring out which one I need. These two get it done real easy. I've been meaning to buy the bigger size of this wrench, but this works for everything I need. This one is kind of purchased just because I like the way it looked. It's a mini bolt cutter, and it's worked out a lot for like steel clamps, hose clamps that don't want to loosen up, that are stirped out or stuff like that. These work out really well. Nip-Hex right there. For a lot of my electrical repairs, O'Reilly's quick tools that I bought, these have worked ever since I bought them in my toolbox about 5 years ago. These have worked for everything I needed to do. Just shows you the range of things that I have. Anything from Snap-on to Nip-Hex to Icon to the quick AutoZone stuff. Into here is where I spend a lot of my money. I love buying wrenches for some reason. Any type of wrench that I can get, don't matter if it's something special, I want it. So I have all my ratcheting stuff right here, kind of ratcheting metric right here, standard all right here. Standard is kind of less of what I use, so it's kind of a smaller drawer right there. But Snap-on, Harbor Freight. These are Northern tools here in Texas. I'm not sure if anyone else has Northern tools. Just quick crow's feet. These are all clean, haven't really been used. Same thing over here. These are Chinese brand grip tools. I don't even know what the hell these are for. But these were cheap, I know that for sure, because these suck. These skinny in my hands. I have a problem with spending money. So this next drawer is where we get into the sockets. A lot of my standard stuff just kind of scattered around. I try to keep it organized, but man, in the service truck, it bounces around. Things go everywhere. It's not really anything you can do about it. But I will say, these 3/8 organizers and 1/4 inch organizers, I got them a few years ago by Toolbox Billet. I've been following him for a while. He sells really good products. They're billet aluminum. They're really bad. I don't have them all cleaned up. They look good in the toolbox. In a field truck, not really. But they do a good job of what they're supposed to be doing. And these sockets, there's nothing really special about them. These are, I think, Gray Pneumatic, Pittsburgh, more Pittsburgh. Like I said, this is all just simple stuff. Really, I balled out on the on the organizers. Got these free in a Matco deal. These little organizers, but I've been lazy to put them on. So right here, more 1/2 inch stuff. Now it's more or less my metric. Snap-on, still 3/8 is the best place I can put it that will actually stick and stay. I've lost a lot of sockets, which really, ticks me off. Right here, Milwaukee Insider sockets. These things are great. They're Insider all the way up to 15. I use it like crazy. Usually my go-to thing to grab is that ratchet and socket set. This is kind of another drawer. A lot of stuff that gets stuffed into here was just kind of extensions, ratchets. So this is my Mac Tools ratchet. I really love this thing. This is the one thing I always grab anytime I open up that drawer. I need a 3/8. These are all extensions and stuff in here. Torque wrench, stuff like that. I just got these Koken extensions. These are wobble ends too. I've been meaning to use them, but I haven't really had a need to use them. Been doing a lot of AC and bigger stuff like quick disconnects, stuff like that. So but once I get a chance to use these, I'm excited. I also got a wrench extender. I've seen the bigger ones. I've seen guys use them as like pry bars and stuff like that. Was kind of excited to get the big one, but decided, you know, save my wallet a little bit and get the smaller one, just kind of see how it works. And it's 3/8 drive on the end, so if I need to, I got a breaker bar, make it real long. Torque wrench, snap on. I got this by a neighbor who got it from a garage sale. He didn't know how much it was worth, and I was like, I'll give you $100 for it. And then it worked out for me. It was a lot prettier before it got thrown in the truck. And then same thing going with the theme of just kind of spending money where I shouldn't. I should have spent more money on my multimeter. This is kind of just cheap Syntec Harbor Freight right there. Gets the job done though. Anything from 12 to 24 volts. I can do volt drops, you know, quick tests just to get the ohm readings. Just anything I need to do that quick diagnose for electrical. Heel bars right there. Scraper, nothing too crazy. There's actually some more scrapers in here somewhere. Right here. These Mueller Keeps. Excited to use these too. These are supposed to be non-scarring. We'll get to that drawer more though. Oh, this tool. So when I used to do a lot of semi brakes and stuff like that inside of the heavy haul side, this was my favorite tool because a lot of the drum brake springs, stuff like that, they're a bitch to get off. The only thing is I had to modify it a little bit. I don't know if you can see, I had to cut it with the chop saw because it was always just a little too long to get there and actually pry it. So after I cut it, it always fit in every spot I need, and it's worked ever since. So opening this drawer is also a game of roulette when you open it up because it's just a bunch of random razor blades kind of scattered around. But, you know, be careful, you'll be all right. In this drawer, I keep a lot of my air tools, punches, a lot of scrapers. One of the things I like for my air tools is this air gauge from Matco. This thing works out really well. Inflate, deflate, use it a lot. Stubby air impact, and I've heard it packs a punch. I really want to use it, but I haven't really needed to get in a compact spot yet. Just quick fittings. For some reason, every time I go to new places or new shops, stuff like that, they're always running different fittings. So I have a bunch of random fittings in there from auto style to what is it, JIT, just a bunch of different air fittings for that. These are my angle grinders. Work really well. Got them in a deal. It was buy one, get one. I got them about 3 years ago. They've worked really well. I put them through a lot of abuse. Another tool that I use a lot are these chisels for my air hammers. Chisel kit. Snap on again, just different stuff, different things that I might need. This, whenever I pull this out, it's a great day. I love using this thing. This thing makes a lot of noise. It always feels fun to use. Whenever I need it, 9 out of 10 times, it packs a punch and it gets it done. Same thing with semis. Like I said, I got a bunch of semi tools, but I haven't really worked on them in a while. These are the bushing pressers. I hooked this up to the end of the air hammer. That goes into there, and then you take the air hammer, slide that into the bushing, and that goes out. Once that pushes the bushing out, flip that around, do the same thing, push it in, good to go. Baby hammer, never really use it, but it's always good to have. So this next drawer, I call it the act right drawer, because when this comes out, you know, I'm beating something to make sure it's gonna act right. So I got the bronze hammer, got the homemade chipping hammer, you know, for when I'm doing a little welding. Mini sledge, this thing always works out. And then this, I got in Mexico. No really use for it, but it's kind of a funny story. I was stranded in Tijuana. My old K1500 broke down on me. Injector should take a I was homeless in Tijuana for a while, for about 24 hours, but I made it out.
Why were you in Tijuana?
There's a lot more to that story, but we'll keep it clean. So right here, a lot of miscellaneous, just kind of stock stuff. Like I said, just kind of goes right with my grinders on the bottom, and you know, if I'm using air stuff, you know, anything from wire wheels to grinding discs to cut off wheels right there to baling wire to quick fuses and, you know, connections that I need to do. Just quick stock that I need to grab. Marking zip ties, these work out really well. You know, sometimes you run out of colors, but you can always just stack the color. Need I say more about these? I think we know what these are called. So Big Daddy right here, 3/4, always gets the job done. A lot of sockets in here, anything that range from 3/4 to 1 inch. All the varying different sizes that I might need. Speaking of 1 inch, 3/4 inch drives, there's a lot of times where I don't have the 1 inch gun, but you know, it's something that I don't really need a 1 inch gun for. I can use the 3/4 for. I just picked up, just snap on, step up. Oh, it's actually Cornwell, my bad. Haven't used it yet, so it's real clean. So down here, just kind of my electrical stuff. Milwaukee, I use a lot of it daily. Anything from my 3/4 gun right here. It was one of the first things I bought. As you can tell, it's all beat up. And then back to up here, this door, whenever I open it, always likes to fly out, and no matter what I do. So I finally was like, you know what? Let me go and set this up. Got a little upgrade right there. So set Milwaukee batteries. Just bought this Milwaukee speaker. Works out. I haven't really used it in any whiles. This Power Probe though works out real well, especially for the things I've been doing lately. A lot of AC stuff kind of goes with this right here. It's my AC gauges. You know, this helps out because it has the dual probes, so you can, you know, measure out 2 temperatures at 2 different outlets. Right here, like I said, whenever I was doing brakes for semis and stuff like that, sometimes we get, you know, stripped out studs, rethread them, and get those fucking nuts back on. You get both of these at Fortis HD. I just picked these up. These are a real good kit. she shows out, and they're cool. I like the color of them. They work out. And then, you know, basic hoses, purple. That's always cool. So going back to, you know, good old Harbor Freight, these work out. If you're getting into service truck or any type of service industry, Pittsburgh, stubby wrenches, these work out real well for when you're trying to knock hydraulic lines loose. You know, these you can beat on, you don't feel bad about it. And then, you know, they get in tight spots too, so. So this right here is the same thing, Harbor Freight, Pittsburgh tap and die kit. It works out for what I need for some of the smaller stuff, and it wasn't too badly priced. More sockets, but these are swivels. Just really haven't found a spot in the toolbox yet. Mixed power sockets. Icon extractors. To be fair, I can't necessarily say that these work, but I've also used other extractors, and they don't really work either. I might be using it wrong, I don't know. But if you know of a good extractor, let us know. Quick dial caliper. Don't really use it a lot. I actually had to use it for the first time today to measure out a quick lock for one of the hydraulic lines in the skid steer. So this finally found the use. Drill bits. Out of all the things I spend money on, for some reason I can't find the reason to spend money on drill bits because I always burn them out. I know you're supposed to drill slow or, you know, whatever, but no one got time for that. Drill fast, you know, let's get out of here. Loctite, because, you know, screw the other guy, but the other guy's always you. So this next drawer is where I keep all the big wrenches. You'll see that right now. There goes my 1/2-inch gun. This drawer kind of catches a lot of the mess sometimes, you know, whenever I don't feel like throwing everything back in the drawer. It's always good right there because you can see everything. Starting from the top, got my lockout tag out kit, you know, because these operators, man, they're not very smart. And you tell them not to run it and they'll still run it. So you got to make sure you lock it out. These bad boys, pipe wrenches from Snap-on. These work out real well whenever you need something to bite and, you know, not move. And these are just scattered around the truck for, you know, in case operator gets his feelings hurt, you can grab one. Up here is just more or less stock, random bolts, fittings, a lot of, like I said, a lot of random stuff that, you know, I might need just quick and grab, be real easy. And then down here is all my wrenches, Snap-on pry bar, breaker bar, Icon, nothing crazy. Probably my biggest wrench right here, 2 1/4. Same thing, Pittsburgh. It comes in a kit. I think it goes from like, don't quote me, but it's like 1 1/4 all the way up to your, I think I want to say like 2-inch, and then you have like your angled wrenches too that come in another kit. That gets you a little bit bigger, up to like 2 1/4. These work out real well. These angled wrenches, and like I said, I mean they're Pittsburgh, so you can beat on them, not feel bad about it. Some of these have marks on them from when I'm smacking them with the sledge. Got this from my first job out of tech school. I always just find a spot in the toolbox, just kind of appears at a random. Same thing, don't have the right fitting, so it's never really used. So moving on, next drawer, while we're here, little Bobcat welder. Always works out pretty well, especially because I don't have an inverter in this truck. I always keep this thing full so I can charge my batteries. A lot of things that relate to the welding stuff, you'll notice that's on the ends because, you know, it's a quick grab right there. Whenever I set this truck up, I try to think about it as, you know, what's in the same area. You know, like I said, the sockets, the ratchets, the extensions, they're all in that area of the 2 drawers. I got my welding rods right here. From there, 7018, 6013, I don't know why I had that on the truck. That's all for thin metal stuff, don't need it. Freon, like I said, I've done a lot of AC jobs lately because, you know, middle of summer in Houston, it's humid, it's hot, operators complain, you know, they won't work without it. Vacuum pump for that too, make sure it works, suck it down, you know, 28 grams of mercury, whatever it is. Right here, this is a quick grab toolbox. Whenever sometimes I gotta hike up, like on a 374, you gotta get on top of the machine. I don't feel like tracking down everything. I grab that real quick, and, you know, it has a bunch of sockets, hex heads, you know, anything I can really need for like 1/4 inch 3/8, nothing too crazy. Has like Cornwell sockets in it, so it's a good little kit. So whenever I open this up, it's because Daddy Act Right's coming out. My good old 8-pound sledge. I love this thing. Anytime the sledge comes out, I'm angry and I'm getting things done. When I started buying tools, it's one of the first things I got because I knew I was going to go to heavy duty side. So far, ready for some more swings. I got a cheater bar because whenever it doesn't want to come loose, you know, we'll make it come loose. So in the back of the truck, I love the Workbench. I've had a service truck without it, and it sucks because you're always looking for a spot to work on, and it seems like you never can find a spot. So when you have that, it always works out pretty well. Especially right here too, you know, dismantling something on the bottom, but then you got to take apart another piece of whatever you're dismantling. You always pop this down, you have another Workbench. I had it all strapped down, but on the way over here, it seems like it loosened up. Got a jack right there. You never know when you need a separate hand. You know, I got the crane, but also, you know, sometimes I need something on the ground. Jack always works. And the Porta Power, Pittsburgh 10-ton Porta Power. Works out real well when I need it. Plenty of cribbing too. That's one thing you can't go wrong with, is you always gotta have cribbing no matter what you're doing. Especially when I'm setting up like the jack. Sometimes I got the jack up, it'll just sink in the mud. That cribbing helps out a lot. 5,000-pound crane. You know, I've had this thing flat stick, boomed all the way out, pulled to the left and right. Don't get me wrong, it gets the job done, but man, it hates its life. It hears itself screaming. The only thing I wish this rear end had was hydraulic outriggers, because man, these things get annoying. having to pull the outriggers out and so I can beat it off. Just go around over here, install my rigging stuff, keep my rigging and my welding leads right here. It's just quick grab, you know, coming back to the 2 cabinets and, you know, have everything ready to go. Master disconnect for the crane, controller for the crane. Try to keep this area clean because it has all electrical stuff. I don't want to mess anything up. You know, some of my rigging's in the back of the tailgate. That's where I keep my drying rack because everything gets all wet. So right here, we're kind of getting more or less into the stock of the truck. You know, just things we might need for everyday type things. So right here, it's just a seal kit, you know, flange and face. Always works out. All our equipment's 99% cat. We got a few John Deeres, but everything's cat. Fire extinguishers. Put it this way, we had a situation where we needed a lot of fire extinguishers, and we had to make sure we keep deals in stock now. These are 3/4 inch sockets, 3/4 inch sockets, ratchet, and a breaker bar. Cool kit from Pittsburgh. Like I said, I think it's like another $200. You know, they sell good stuff for what it is, and it works out. A bunch of coolant, oil, quick stuff. Surprisingly, I like electrical jobs, so that's where this comes in. It's just a quick cat diode kit. I love this thing, you know, makes everything work. This cabinet, acetylene cabinet. So anytime this gets open, throwing sparks, that's always fun. That's when something really granddaddy act right. Because whenever that comes out, it's no longer gonna be there. So right here, like I said, just a bunch of stock. Anything from air filters to oil filters to fuel filters to fuel water separators, valves for water trucks, just quick stuff that I might need or things that we might accidentally order, and you know we have a bunch of those machines, so we might need it again. Welding helmet, kind of PPE area, you know, whenever I need raincoats, a vest, because sometimes it gets too hot and I'm not trying to wear this. The welding helmet I actually got from a local hardware store. It's been in business for, I don't know, like 50 something years. That's always been there since I've known. So you always got to support local. So if you can, you know, that's also why I like going to dealers. You know, don't be wrong with their Snap-on and stuff like that, but you know, if they're there for you and they do the warranty, you know, why not support them, right? So same thing all right here. It's just, like I said, it's just stock. Anything from brake clean, purple power to clean the inside of the truck. You know, sometimes you gotta be careful with that though, because you get in there and it's toxic. Coolants, duct tape, rags, grease, pipe dope. I really need a lot of air systems, but whenever I was doing a lot of air systems, this pipe dope worked out real well. So this is the main body of the truck. It's an F450. To be fair, it's kind of small for a service truck. You know, I've been in 550s. Those are a little bit stiffer and they actually don't float as much. But don't be wrong, this thing works. You know, 6'7", you know, it's running all day. You know, it gets the job done. Whenever I need to put the throttle down, it puts it down. I wired up these lights for it too. There's just a bunch of strobes. Nothing too crazy, but you know, I like flashing lights. So whenever I show up on site, I like to, you know, have a little party with the flashing lights, especially with the speaker now. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's F450. It works, you know, and it works for me. So here's my truck.
Once again, head over to FortisHD.com for any tools, tracks, or parts you need. If you want to watch another video, you can click here.